YouTube. It's me, it's the most must see doctor without a PhD on TV, Dr. Fantastic, aka King Dirty, coming at you from the Dirty Lounge. Okay, so yesterday we did the seasonal. Excuse me, you have to. Excuse me today, I'm a little under the weather, and oh, I forgot to fix this, but anyway, let me see if there we go. Now I won't be drowned out by my sound effects from the game. Anyway, wow, this cold. I've got like a sinus thing going on. Kind of sucks. Anyway, so yesterday we broke down. I kind of went into details about how the revamp on the seasonal was going to happen. Um, but this is my non-seasonal. This you can't tell because I mean I've obviously I've gotten a different coat. As you can see, this was the old one here on the left, and the new one is now better than ever. So I had to, and it's an ancient, so that would explain that. And then I got ancient shoulders too. So we're pretty much all ancient now. So the bad news is this took me down to 20 keystones to do this. Maybe it's not that bad, but it's worse than what I wanted it to be. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and run the level 60. We're gonna try to farm up our stones and get them ready for augmentation. I did, however, change a few things. I am no longer running the stone I had in here, which was Bane of the Trapped. I'm now running the Gem Infectious Toxin, which at 25, I mean, it gives you poisons all your enemies that you hit right out the gate. And right now it does 3,250% weapon damage over 10 seconds, which is kind of nice. And then of course, oh, I guess I need to select it, don't I? So that I can move that. And then all enemies you poison take a 10% increased damage from all sources and deal 10% less damage. This is kind of nice going into these bigger rifts where I don't want to be hit half as hard. But you get that the bottom one there, the all enemies you poison take 10%. That comes at when you get the gem to 25. So we replaced that gem, and we're still running the Bane of the Stricken. As you can see, we got that up to 55, and we got the Gizzard that we're running. We're still running that at 55. Um, so we're gonna get we need to get this on up there and get us a couple of other gems to as high as we can get them to go without well, with the greatest efficiency we could possibly get. And once we do that, now that we got ancient shoulders and an ancient chest piece, we can augment these pieces and give us a boost to our intelligence or whatever. And I ran in there and forgot to turn on all my boosts, all my buffs. But as you can see, even at level 60, we're still kicking ass. We're still doing great. Um, and you see that poison effect right there. It's just significant enough to matter. You know, it's just right there, it's excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm feeling a lot better actually. I kind of this happened like just like overnight, but you know, thanks to my your friendly neighborhood nurse, I had some little home treatments, and I am feeling 100% better. And I'm actually able, because I was thinking I just wasn't going to be able to do the show today because I felt so bad. But I mean, I still feel bad, still feeling rough, but hopefully by tomorrow it will be gone, which will be really nice. And thank you for anyone who may actually be concerned. um, Look at these guys being a pain in the butt. I can't stress to you how important it is to look at that floor to make sure the floor around you it doesn't have anything on it other than um, what you want on it. That's because we're not running with blackthorns. If we were running with blackthorns, now all this time I guess I just never really looked at it, but I had thought that it was just. I was like, oh, it's not worth it. But if you get 6 pieces of blackthorn on you, there's not too much that's gonna hit the floor that's gonna bother you. Really, you still have to watch out for the overhead mortars. But as far as on the floor, I don't. I know that poison doesn't bother you anymore, and molten doesn't bother you anymore. I can't remember what it all is, but it's really nice. I was thinking about running it on my Crusader, even though I'm not a. I mean, I built a Crusader, because you gotta get. I wanted to get all the trophies here, but I'm not very good at playing the Crusader. This mage is right up my alley. I understand what it has, what's going on with the build and everything, a lot better than I do with the Crusader or the Barbarian or even the Demon Hunter, which is sad because when I started playing this game, I started out playing it as a Demon Hunter, and at first it was phenomenal, and then something happened, I guess, with all the changes over the years, and it just moved things around, and now the Demon Hunter is not so much my favorite anymore. Um, but of course, the fact that I can build a mage with an endless clip here, which is really nice, not to have to try to cycle through different spells. I can just run with one spell and not have to worry about running out of mana or hate or fury or whatever. You know, it's one less thing I have to deal with or have to worry with, which is completely awesome. Um, so, which is, I do play first person shooters too, and I'm more of a support on a first person shooter than I am the lead. I'm not that guy that really does the lead thing, and that's okay because here's the thing. I used to play in a band, and the first thing you learn is not everybody is the front man. Because if everybody was a front man, there would never be music. You see what I'm saying? You need a bass player and a drum and a guitar and the vocals. You need all these key elements. So when you're running as a group, and I see this a lot in gameplay, everybody trying to be the leader. I'm not saying that you have to follow somebody or you should follow somebody. You shouldn't. You do your own thing. But in a team format, in order for it to work, there needs to be one guy in charge, and and a group of supporters. That's how it works. Whoa, was not expecting that. Almost took me out. As you can see, though, oh, I forgot that there was a couple of things that weren't working, so I switched them around and went with a different approach on them, which you probably just seen probably saved my life from that cheap shot coming in the door. But as a whole, though, guys, we really need to consider our parts, and because I see it a lot, in gameplay, you know, people getting killed because no one watching their back, or um, the guy that's playing there, he's a noob and he doesn't know what's going on. Guys, as experienced gamers, it's our duty to take those noobs by the hand and show them how to play. They're never gonna figure it out if you don't show them. You know, um, and that's just the way it is. You can't be a butt about it. I get it. It can be a pain in the butt, but I welcome people to play with me that doesn't know how to play. Because if I show them, who's they play best with? Me. That's right. See, so it's kind of like you kind of grooming them to be your partner. And I would much rather that happen as to that guy get me killed, or you know mess up what I got going on. So I mean that's just the way it is. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier in previous episodes about being a role model. You know, as an older person. Now, and I don't mean older as in your grandpa. I mean older as in you're probably older than the guy that you're teaching, or girl, whatever. But as that person, when you break down and you teach the younger guy that's playing, the newbie, I mean not necessarily younger in age, but younger in experience, then you're setting it up for the next guy that comes along. That's a noob, and he gets a hold of him, and he has the opportunity to help. That he will, and he will do it the proper way, and the right way, and not be a butt about it, and not kill the game experience for everyone, because that's what we're doing overall. Everybody just wants to have a fun time and play a game. You can't really have fun and play a game with a bunch of buttheads. You know, I've played on teams where nobody was watching my back, so of course I went down, and instead of my teammate picking me up, they just walk right past you like you didn't even exist. That's not a teammate. That is a butthole. The whole purpose of having being on the team is so that they can pick you up. And if you're making dumbass mistakes, hey, your guy, that other guy's gonna say, hey, dude, why'd you do that? That was a dumbass Ricky mistake. And maybe you're just a dumbass Ricky, and that's okay, because we're all dumbass Rickies at some point. But yeah, guys, you gotta take care of your fellow man, especially gamers, dude. We gotta stick together, and the bigger crowd we get, the better off we are. When I first started gaming, no one understood it. They were just like, oh, it's fun, it's a fun pastime. But now it's become so much more. There's so much more out there to gaming. It's more than hand-eye coordination. I don't know about you guys, but I gotta hand it to Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, Dreamcast, Atari. I can't even tell you how many game systems I've played. Sega. The list goes on and on, but I gotta hand it to all of them, because if it weren't for them, my hand-eye coordination would be nowhere where it is now. So back to what I was saying. We do have to stick together as gamers, as a community. Because I remember when I first started gaming, man, and like it's kind of become different now. But there's still those old school people out there who are like, oh yeah, especially chicks. I don't date a gamer. It's too much time. I need my time. Well, yeah, okay. And see, that's where I got lucky with Little Bell. But I've always been that way. My whole thought is if you need time with me and I'm a gamer, I got that second controller, and I have it for a reason. So, feel free at any point to pick it up and game along right beside me. Because I guarantee you, if your thing is baking cookies and I decide I want time with you, I'm gonna learn how to bake me some damn cookies. That's all I'm saying. uh, okay, so we're almost at 50 here on this enforcer, so just gonna go ahead and pick that up to 50, and let's see here. Let's see if we can get it higher. And we'll just use that enforcer because I don't really use pets with this guy. And so this stone really doesn't have a whole lot of variance on my build. And of course you failed at 80. Love it. Thank you. Um, excuse me. So, you notice I left a bunch on the floor. That was because my inventory is full because apparently I forgot to empty out before I went back in there. But it's cool. Oh, man, are you kidding me? I've been looking for this. Oh, that's gonna make my witch doctor so much better. I can't believe I found that. That's so awesome. Um, and of course I found a couple ancient pieces there. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that on in the chest, and later on, oops, not that. Oh crap! I lost it. Where'd it go? As you can see, that there are quite a bit of crap that I need to throw out, but I haven't got around to it. Go ahead and stick that in there, and that. Put our old piece in there. We might be able to re-roll that. Anything that doesn't have a border on it, I'm gonna tell you, go ahead and hang on to it, especially if it was your old piece. So what I do is like see my death wish here. Let me empty out first, and then I'll get into explaining it. Um, I'll explain the importance of keeping off those old things. I mean, at first you're like, oh, dirty. Why would you want to keep that? Shit. Throw it out. You got better. And you're right. And normally I would say, yep, throw it out. You got better. But not in this case. Let me close this out and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Um, you come over here to your cube and you reforge legendary. Now I don't have enough stuff to do it because I need it apparently. But you see, there's my old gloves right there. You just drop them in there and re-roll them, and they have a chance of coming back being better than what they were. Now, granted, there's not much room for growing, but it's still there, and that's what we're looking for. Is that so? You want to keep the whole set. You want to keep an extra piece of the whole set. So like you got extra gloves, extra shoulders, extra chest, extra helm, even the jewelry. That way you can always upgrade it and you're always getting better. See, there's my extra belt. Um, Now guys, I can't stress that enough to you because that's gonna save you so much right there. It is reforging stuff you already have. The grind can be such a pain in the ass, but there are certain things like in case you guys don't know how to do it, converting a set item. Say you got all these set items, but you need the chest piece. Well, you would drop in these gloves and give it a roll, and I mean, you're down to 1 out of 6 then. You know, Um, you got 1 out of 6 chances that it's gonna be what you're looking for. Apparently, I have 2 sets of gloves. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. Apparently, I was saving them. um, maybe I just give them the little bell, cause that way she has a backup and can get better. And then there's upgrade rares. I don't have enough death breath, but that's just a riff runaway. Um, but the death, but you jump that over in there, and then it upgrades, and you have a chance of now you cut it down to where it's not all over the board. See, when you roll this out, you have a chance of that being a glove or a boot or a belt or a chest piece. When you use the cube, you can narrow it down, like upgrading with rare. You've narrowed it down to it being just a glove. And according to your class, you narrow it down a little bit more. It's very intricate, but it works and it makes things a lot easier. I suggest you using them. I don't know the greater inner workings of it, but I know what it does. You know, like I like to say, I don't know what its name is, but I just know the sound it makes when it kills. And if you guys know what the movie reference that is, that's bonus points, man. Just leave a comment and let's see what you think, because that is a line from a movie. One of the most funniest movies I've ever seen, I think. Um, anyway, the cube is so much. I mean, that's going to be your greatest tool. And in case you guys don't know, the cube can be found. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. In Act 3, all the way up here in the corner, in the ruins of Sasharon. See here? And you can go back. There's a couple of guides on it. A couple of other people have dropped guides on it. I think I have one or two where I think I can't remember, but I believe that we went and got the cube for Mook, and we did that quest. Um, I believe that I'm gonna do another one, and that way everybody knows where to get this. And it's gonna be just outright going and getting that cube. Um, that cube is one of the new add-ons that they've given. It's really good. It works well, and like I said, it makes things a lot easier. So does this lady here, Kadala. Uh, here you. This is how this works. I'm gonna show you. Okay, see, so I need an ancient necklace. So what I would do is I would sit over here and just buy necklaces. Okay, well, um, necklaces are pretty expensive, so I didn't get anything I liked. Now, at this point, I would normally run down here to the cube and upgrade rare, and see those necklaces are right there, but I don't have enough death breath. And then that would allow me to the chance to. I'm sorry, man. My nose just keeps running. I'm sorry. Anyway, they would allow me the chance to get the necklace to the set that I need. But as you can see, I got Black Lawrence crap. It's not crap. I mean, it's actually pretty good for what it is. But we'll repair what we got and we'll salvage that. So I don't need it. And we're gonna salvage this and this and this. And don't forget, guys. I mean, this is great. I can't stress enough that cube. See this hairbrush binding? This is an essential piece in our set. Although we're not wearing it, it's very essential because if you look over here in our powers, there it is right there. And this gives us a reduced power. That endless clip I was talking about. This is one of the key parts to it. That's the power right there. When you drop the meteors, that's good there. This is the second piece that goes hand in hand with that binding, um, because here it is again. You deal an extra 21. You take 25 reduce. You see how it works, and it all revolves around that disintegration ray or ray of frost if you're running the frost mage. Um, it also works very well with your demon hunters. So you got rapid fire, and there's some witch doctors on there. I see fire bats, and it works pretty good with a lot of things. The mantle of channeling it goes really good with that herbish binding because with herbish binding it reduces my power, the amount of cost it is, and then of course this ties in with it. This whole set just ties in and it all revolves around the disintegration ray and those meteors that fall. Because without that disintegration ray being on an endless clip here, like it is, it's kind of sucks. Because as soon as you shut that off, well then your sigil stops, and your sigil is what you're manipulating to cast those meteors constantly. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to doing what we were doing, and we're going to run. We're gonna go ahead and run a greater or normal rift this time, and what we're gonna do on this one is because um, one, this is at T10. I'm believing it's at T10. You get double the death breath, and there's plenty of guys in here. This is where I do a lot of my death breath farming. Um, if you can go to higher to T13, um, which I do a lot of it now that I can on T13, so that way I get 3 death breaths as to the one I should be getting. See, you see how that works? And you get 3 to 1. Then it takes me like 1 rift, and I've gotten 100 death breath where I would get like 25 or blah blah blah. You know, you'll see. We had 11 when we started this, so we're gonna go in here and run through one of these real quick. I set up the page, the view a little different, so I have no idea how long this is. Um, which you guys already know if you've watched the show before and been watching the show past couple of times. There's a whole new format coming. Everything's going to change, and this is one of the things I was going to change because I think it's a lot cleaner looking, and you guys can tell what's going on a whole lot more than that crap up in the corner, with the countdown and how many viewers and blah blah blah. And to be honest, whenever that number starts changing, it kind of makes me a little nervous. Because the more people I know is watching me, the more I stammer, and that's a personal issue for me. Anyway, so that's one of the things we're going to change about this. We're going to make it look a little bit more cleaner. And you see, you got 2 death breaths off of that. I should have got 1. So we already know we picked up. That's 3 we picked up. So we picked up that makes us like 14. Any suggestions or helps you guys have out there that may help me even run a better guy? I'm up for it. Oh, while we're in this normal rift, I'll go ahead and show you what I did here. I was running with temporal flux. Enemies take arcane damage are slowed by 80% for 2 seconds. Now, see, that normally works. But as today, when I got up this morning, it just decided it wasn't going to work. So I went ahead and changed temporal flux to unstable anomaly. So whenever you receive fatal damage, you gain a shield equal to 400% your maximum life for 5 seconds, and it releases a shockwave that knocks enemies back and stuns them for 3 seconds. Now, granted, it only works every 60 seconds, but it saved my butt a ton. I was taking a massive amount of damage because I'm soloing these. You gotta be able to tank it, and which means kind of sticking your butt out in sticky situations where you normally wouldn't. If I was running the group, I completely would not do that. I would just be like, okay, and stick in the back where a mage goes. Um, I see that there again we got another chess piece. That would be awesome. What would be the odds that we get a same one, and it'd be ancient and be even better than the ancient we have on? Oh my lord! Oh, I think I would pass out. Um, so I don't. I expect a little bit of flack for doing what I'm doing, and people not understanding what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. This started out as a project as means for me to get stuff off my chest, so that I'm not pent up and not lashing out at the wrong people or because like I've said in the previous issues, I do have mental issues myself. It's not that they're bad. I'm not gonna come stab somebody or anything like that. I just have issues, same as everybody. And this is how I found to deal with them and express my point of view and say what I need to say or think or want to say or even want to talk about. If I don't want to talk about it, I don't have to. That's the beauty, and that's the beauty of this country, is that you can say what you want to. I mean, yeah, you're always good. No matter what you say or what side you're on, you're gonna take somebody somewhere. You're gonna hurt their feelings. That is a casualty of war. I'm sorry. If we all sat around and thought bad things but didn't say any of them, then is that not just as bad? I mean, it's really it creates a two-faced society, and who wants to live in that where you don't know where you stand with somebody, you don't know whether they actually like you or they just kind of snub you and get along with you because of blah blah blah. That would carry over high school into the rest of your life, and how sad would that be? You know, you had enough high school, I would hope. And if you're still in high school, I hope that you have enough by the time you graduate. There's a whole bunch that goes on in our life that we don't need that extra bullshit. But there's always people, there's always someone somewhere who's going to hate on what we're doing or hate on what we're saying and not give a shit. Um, so that's where the beauty of this comes in, that I can say what I want to, do what I want to, and no one has to be any the wiser. Or no one has to be, I don't need a rebuttal sometimes. I just need to, you don't have to agree with me. I don't care if you agree with me. It's what I think, it's what I feel, it's how I work. So, I mean, if I'm okay with it and it's not hurting you physically, then you should be okay with it. And if you don't like what I'm saying, okay, you know, go ahead and turn it off and find somebody you do. And that is a beautiful thing. And that is just that's great. You see, that's the choice we have as a country, with the web the way it is. Um, there is this whole thread of the net to neutrality thing. What a freaking headache, man. Just leave it alone. But all that is big company, big old moguls they're getting pissed because they're not getting a piece of everybody's pie anymore. I myself, I don't, I'm cord free, or I've cut the cord, or however you want to say it. I do not watch cable. I don't I don't watch TV a whole lot, but that came before all this. Um, Mostly that came because I'm not a reality kind of person, and most TV today is reality. And um, I grew up in a time where the principle of watching TV was to escape reality. So why bring reality to the place where I'm trying to escape it? It's kind of stupid, don't you think? It's kind of like bringing work on your vacation. Which is why I fell in love with gaming because I can do whatever I want, and well, for the most part, and there is no reality here. Like right now, I'm a wizard. Yay! I could be a cowboy if I put the right game in, or a wrestler, or a boxer, or that was the beauty of video games. We could live out our fantasy through them, which is I think where they had in mind of TV was so that they could tell a story, kind of like old tribes used to do. You sit around the fire and tell a story, and people forgot their trouble just for a little bit. Um, but TV went reality, and I wasn't all cool with it at all. I didn't. I'm not a big fan of reality TV, so I went cordless. But now everybody's gone cordless and cableless, or I don't know the correct term for it. But everybody's done that, and so big cable moguls. Not going to mention any other names, but are I think they're just feeling a little bit on the shitty side that they're not getting their proper things. That's why internet, even though internet has gotten better, that's why your charges on your for your internet bill has, well, let's see, they were, it used to be like $10, 10.99, something like that, kind of like Netflix, and now it's like not to tell you my bills or anything, but it's probably about 10 times that. It's crazy. Now, I mean, it is because I do pay for a certain speed and so on and so forth. But as you can look here, though, I mean, we would. I'll just show you another cube because it's so much easier. See, I went through and just that one little rift of which I didn't really hunt. Usually, I drag it out and kill everything moving, and but and I also like to do that on T12 and T13 because like I said, where it gives me two here, it gives me three there. You know, and that extra thing is what is this? What do we got here? Oh, we got an email. Um. Okay, well, I got an email, and we're gonna tackle all this on the next episode. So anyway, that's really cool. I thought that was something different. Anyway, back to what I was saying is when we just farmed that one, and you can see that I already got 28 where I had 11. So what we'll do is we'll take this necklace because we were trying to get that necklace before, and we'll dump it over here, and you see how you upgrade. And of course it went orange. It didn't go green. We were hoping for green, but oh well. Um, we're still closing that. We did have some greens that we picked up while doing that, so that was pretty cool. Let's see what they were. Um, well, that's an ancient item. That's pretty nice. Yep, didn't get that chest piece. I was really kind of hoping it would be. It would have been awesome. It would have been really good. Um, another set of Nemesis braces. These are a lot of fun. The Nemesis braces set, and we got another set piece, but we don't need it. Um, these Nemesis braces, the shrines and pylons will spawn an enemy champion. Now, if you're trying to farm, yeah, I should have done that. If you're trying to farm Death Breath, which is what I was trying to do, it didn't do it. I mean, I did, but it could have been a lot more successful. I usually keep a pair of these on and just kind of slap them on my guy before I go in there, and this creates these champions. The champions drop Death Breath. You see where this is headed to, and I kind of didn't do that. Not this time. I should have. So we're gonna salvage that. We're gonna salvage these and those, and we're gonna go ahead and salvage that. Even though it's a set piece, we have a couple of those. I'm not sure about any of this yet. We'll have to go in there. Those boots gotta go. That lot of the grace and this, that nail biter. We're gonna go ahead and take out the 410. I mean, even though it shows that it's better, but we're not looking for better. Those were just for the fun of it, I guess. Net flavor of time. That's an ancient, so we're gonna keep it. All right. So I don't know about you guys, but I tend to keep anything ancient and get rid of a whole bunch of not. Alright, I should definitely put those in there. I'm going to keep those on my person because, like I said, from time to time, we're going to throw that in there because I kept it, because it replaces a ring I had there. Throw that in there, and throw that in there, and that. There we go. Now we're cleaned up again. And we can go ahead and run. Let me look here. We got that to 52, so let's go ahead and run another Greater Rift, and we're gonna run another 60, and see if we can't get that to 55. If we can get that to 55, we can drop that and augment some of our gear, and that's the other thing I wanted to touch on when I did this was augmenting another one of our gear, so that way we could we're stronger and we're better and we're moving forward. I like to keep my guy at least moving forward for a little bit during the day. But that grind is real, man. I mean, you're going to grind out and grind out and grind out and grind out. And sometimes you're going to grind for so long, it's just going to feel like crap and you're going to want to give up. Don't give up, man. Just keep on it. Just keep on it and keep on it. Because eventually you're going to get that. You know, my grandpa used to say, sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. So, you know, eventually you're going to get what you want if you're persistent. You just keep on, and that works in every area of life. If you're persistent and you keep on, you follow your dreams. Eventually, you're going to get what you want. And if you don't, you know what? You gave it a hell of a run, and you gave it your best shot. And you know, who can blame you for trying? But odds are, eventually, you're going to get there. You're going to get what you want, and you're going to move forward. And that's what we're doing here. We're just going to keep on. Like, I've been after that chess piece that I finally got today. I probably spent the last 2 weeks looking for it. Man, these guys are rough. Do you see this? They're all on me today. They're really rough. But that's fine, because we're winning. We are winning. And I didn't fall down a gazillion and a half times because I wasn't paying attention like I did yesterday. Oh, what a horrible thing. It's just an off day. And I can't really stand it. I'm not a sore loser, but I'm not a fan of dying either. Man, these guys are rough out here today. So I think after this, and we do our augmentation, I'm gonna call it an episode, and let's go ahead and change levels. And I'll be on tomorrow. I'm gonna say around. Oh my lord! Did you see that? Isn't that crazy? All right, we're gonna bottleneck these guys in here. This is something I like to do. I just run back where they can't really get to me and just bottleneck the crap out of them. That's you guys ever seen the movie 300? That's how that worked. It that's how they stood for so long. I mean eventually they lost, but it's because they bottlenecked them in there and it limited their how many of them could be attacking at the same time, and that's what we wanted to do there. You see, I just backed up and bottlenecked them in. A lot of these games, man, if you pay attention, you could use a little bit of strategy and go really far with it. Um, and don't be afraid to experiment, because I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Sometimes you never know what's gonna actually work. I can't stand these mortar guys. That's why, right there. I hate them. I hate mortars. The only thing I want to see falling from my sky is my meteors. That is it. I can't stand those mortar guys. Ugh. They kill me. Well, they haven't as of lately, but usually they kill the crap out of me. Um, oh, we're good. We're about 3/4 of the way done. So that didn't take very long. Especially with that little arc right there. I love that. That's one of my favorites. Comes off that pylon. Now, if we'd had those other bracers on when we got that, it would have been great because the guys it would have appeared with some champions, which would have which would have got the crap shocked out of them as soon as they dropped. It's always fun. That one and the oh, you guys are playing. Yeah, yeah. See that one now? They can't hurt me. Haha. They like to play there. You see how they teleported me? I love that wormhole. Which I don't even see a guy with a wormhole. Maybe I've already killed him. Reboost some of those. And here we go. Right on, right on. Okay, so we found the other exit instead. See how all these guys kind of crowded in on me. What we'd want to do is we'd want to slow them down and get them where you could bottleneck them in and hit them before they hit you. Oh, that was just crap. I mean, at least I didn't die from it though. Go ahead and get rid of him and him. I said I'll just kind of run them in a circle in this stupid stuff, even because there's nowhere to really bottleneck them. You just run them in a circle until they get hung up on stuff and zap the crap out of them. Otherwise, they're gonna rush you, and there's gonna be so many of them that you can't deal with, and then of course they're gonna get the kill on you, and then that's gonna mess with how many points you're gonna get to put on your stone, and we don't want that, man, because you know why? Because that stone is what's gonna make us stronger and better. So, and you see right there over here on the right hand side of my health bar, where that new toy that we added into our skills just saved my butt. Apparently there was something bad there and I didn't see it. And it could have been anything. We are so close. I really wish the rift car here would just pop. There's that headpiece went off, that gem that we have in our head. That went off. That was a nice touch for the anniversary. I kind of dig that. hoping that that they eventually give more gems that go in your helm. That's cool. Oh, the man carver, and we got him. Yay! Pick up all our loot, and then we'll talk to this chick here, and go down to our gem that we're working on. Right there, the 52. And you got 80% chance. Yay. Oh, look, this is going to suck if we don't get it. Ah, there we go. We got it, 55. We're not going to push it any more than that. Alright, I'm just going to go down here and dump it on the gem that we need it on. Because now we're going to need to fix our guy up and augment a piece, and then after this augment, we're going to call it an episode. So let's decide which piece we're going to augment here. Let's identify all this, and then we're going to pick our piece that we're going to augment. I've already got the gems set out for it, and yay, almost 630. So what you're going to need to augment is going to be 3 gems, and they got to be top of the line. They have to be what is it? Flawless. Let me look here, because my memory's not so good with it. Go back to combining. Yeah, flawless royal diamonds. You have to have flawless royal diamonds. The only one, or not diamonds, but a flawless royal gem. You could do the ruby, the topaz, the emerald, or the amethyst. Okay, you can't do diamonds. I don't know why they didn't. I guess maybe diamonds were too overpowered or whatever. So let's pick out our piece. And our piece has to be an ancient. So I'll go ahead and salvage everything that's not viable. But we did get some really good. It looks like we got some good loot. We got an ancient there. Okay, so let's see. I've augmented that before. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and augment our chest piece then. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select it and hit L3 and take it off. And then you're going to take it down to your cube. Ta-da. And you're going to go all the way down to the bottom to augment. Now because you can see over here a recipe, you need 1 ancient item, which we have, and we need 1 legendary gem, which we have, and then we're going to augment our chest piece, which requires a level 50 gem. Luckily, we just pushed ours up to level 55. And then you need 1 of the 3 or 4 gems here. Or 3 of the 4 gems here. Yeah, that's what I said. And we're going to go with topaz, because topaz is intelligence, and intelligence to wizard, you hit harder, it's everything. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Then we're going to select our piece and put it in there. Oh, we have 2. We have 1 that's 50, and then 1 we got the 55, which is enforcer. We have no use for. And then we're going to put our topaz in there, and then you're going to transmute. And here you see it. Kaldian's Despair rank 55, which was the gem that we put in there. And that gave us an extra 275 intelligence to our armor. So now we got, let's see here. We got 1389. Wow, that's kind of, okay, whatever. It's kind of odd. 250, 250, 250. That would be 5. Wait, maybe 280. I can't remember now. I'll have to go back and look at the gems. But, excuse me. Give me just a second. Let me get a drink here. This thing's really putting a whooping on me. Okay, so because we added that gem, we got another 275. Now the reason why is because we had a 55 rank gem. At rank 50, you get 2 250, I believe. So because we had 255, we got an extra 25. So I think it's like 25 points for every 5 points you have on the gym. Anyway, so because we did that, and we have our gems socketed into our chess piece, we got a good um, extra 275 to it, which gives us 1673 intelligence, which is not bad, not bad at all. Because when you look at it, and I'll show you, there's our attack 1244k, and our intelligence is 9,976. Now let's go up here and put our chess piece that we just put on, or just fixed up, put it back on. You see our you see how we boosted there. We went to 1543 from 1244, and then our intelligence is now 11,000.6. So I mean, all you've done, and I think those gyms top out at 80. So this is what I'm doing, because I mean, what else am I gonna do? If you could see my money, I have tons of it, and I have a means to get tons more. So what I'm gonna do is just keep stacking that up, and then when all of them are up to 55, by that time I should be able to get a gym up to max out, which I think is 80, but I'm not quite sure. I need to research into that. So when you get to 80, it's 500. So that 1398 would have been 1898, which, that's just phenomenal. Anyway, so that's going to be our show for today. And let me stress to you guys again to go ahead and drop us an email. You know, um, you're gonna drop us an email, and there it is. That way, let me know what you want to see on the show. Let me know any ideas you may have. This is not going to be our only game that we're going to play. We're going to do different games. I'm just right now. This is my Diablo, and this is what I'm going to play. As soon as we get the new Red Dead, which I'm hoping should drop soon. As soon as that, we're going to start on that, because I'm waiting patiently for it. But if you have any other ideas, things you want to see, something you might want to learn about that maybe I can help you with, just go ahead and drop us a comment at the Durty Lounge at gmail.com. That's TheDurtyLounge, the Durty Lounge at gmail.com. And I mean, I'm thinking maybe I might yeah, maybe I'll have somebody on as a special guest, and maybe when you guys need to level, I'm more than happy to help you level. So go ahead, and maybe we'll do that coming up soon. Anyway, that's our show. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hit the like. Tell a friend, tell two, tell three. But until next time, be weird, be strange, but never forget the name, Dr. Fantastic. The doctor is out. Okay.